name is Amy Knack, and I'm a printmaker and founder of Wingtip Press, a community printmaking studio in Boise, Idaho. And I'm here today to tell you about Speedball's new gel printing plate. It comes in this nice clamshell package, and once you open it, you'll find instructions, the plate, and on the front and back side of the plate are 2 sheets of Mylar that are for protecting the plate, and I like to just set those aside with the clamshell packaging so that they're there for me when I go to clean up my plate and put it away. Let's get started. We're working today with the Speedball water-soluble inks in the primary colors, yellow, red, and blue, along with black, and the ink retarder, which is wonderful if you happen to live in a climate where it's very dry. I live in Idaho. It's high desert, and this is really an important product for working with the inks where I live. So I'm going to roll some of the blue ink out for you, and we'll get started on making a gel print. Just need a little bit of ink, and then with my brayer I like to just roll and lift to spread the ink all over the plate. My aesthetic is to have a nice, smooth, clean, even background, but many of you may like a more open look. But I'm going to show you what it looks like having the background being nice and flat. Okay, I've got some little artifacts here. This is a little hand-cut Duralar stencil of a vase, and we're going to put that right down on the plate. And then I happen to have this little brass charm, and it's filigree, so it should give us some really beautiful detail. And then a tiny little bit of a locust leaf off of a tree near my house. I'm going to take a stamp and just lift some of the ink here. Now I've placed a sheet of paper the same size of the paper that I'm working with underneath the plate, and that acts as a registration for me. So I'm going to just register the paper there. I'm going to find that artifact, and then with the Baron I'm going to make sure I go to all 4 corners and then spend a little attention where that filigree charm is so that we can get that detail to come through. Okay, I think we're ready to pull this print. So you can see we've got the blue and the white, the first print that you pull is going to be a negative and positive print. So we have the negative space for where the different artifacts were placed, and then the blue background. Now I'm going to take one more little ghost of this, which will be a negative positive print. I'm going to push a little harder on that filigree so we can see if we can't get some of that detail to pop through. There, I think we have it. You can see just a little bit of that coming through. But here comes the fun part. We're going to lift the artifacts. The wonderful thing about this gel plate is that it holds there's a fidelity to the details of the leaf and the filigree that will just make the print really lovely. So we're going to make sure I get to all 4 corners, lift and pull. Now look at all the beautiful detail there from the filigree. I happen to have a little green ink on the back of that when we did this, so you can see some of that green ink coming through. But so we've got our 3 different little items on there, but we're going to spice it up a little bit here. I'm going to take some of the yellow ink, and these Speedball water-soluble inks really mix together to make beautiful colors. So we're just going to leave the blue that's on the plate and the brayer and roll out some yellow. Lift and roll, and that's if you want a nice smooth background like I prefer. And if you think you have a little too much ink sometimes, and it's easy to see if there's little peaks of ink, and that might make more it might allow some of the details to be lost if you get too much ink on there. So I'm just going to discharge a little of the ink on this piece of paper and now roll out. And that feels just right. Okay, let's put our artifacts back down. And these are holding the ink from the first pull. I'm going to leave that leaf off this time. And I have this little set of tiny alphabet cookie cutters. And we're going to just lift some ink with those and put some Roman numerals on here. I think I might put a little, just lift a little ink off here too, to add some interest. Okay, clean paper. Lining it up to my piece of paper underneath the plate. I'm finding that artifact, going to give it some extra attention with the Baron. Hitting all four corners. Ah, look at that. So we've got negative, positive. You can see a little bit of where the ink was pulled with the Roman numerals. And we do have some blending of the green and the blue and the yellow. And for those of you that really like that mottled look in there, I think that's just beautiful. So let's lift the artifacts again. And I'm going to put this leaf back down. Okay, clean piece of paper. This is going to give us a little bit of negative space along with the details. Just picking up my Baron, going to all four corners. Ah, look at that. So we've got our Roman numerals on there. We've got the different colors from the first pull of the print with the blue, and then the other colors underneath, a little bit of the leaf, and we still have some ink left to do another fun little thing. So what should we do? I might see if I can't put this ink back down that was on here and see if I can do the same thing with these Roman numerals, because they're holding a little ink. Maybe not. Let's see. Okay, let's pull our final print. Baron to all four corners. Oh, really lovely. Look at that. So we've got the detail from our artifacts. We've got the leaf that was left on that ink, adding some very nice interest. Where I put the stamp down, I pulled off that ink, so we've got that negative space there, and then just a hint of those Roman numerals on the side. These look like they're ready to be signed and framed. Now, cleaning up the plate. I often use sheets of newspaper to clean up the plate. Today I'm going to use a piece of clean paper because you never know, using the piece of newsprint, you might pull the best print of the day. And if nothing else, it becomes a background for something else. So basically, our plate is pretty clean already. We'll just use a baby wipe to clean the plate, and it's important that you get the edges, so I go around to make sure I get all the edges here. And it looks pretty spotless to me already. So let's put it away so it's ready for the next time we play. I'm going to just set it in there upside down, and then it's easy to add the sheet of Mylar, the instructions. There you are.